Hello everybody and welcome back, and today we are talking about my hair being an absolute disaster. I don't know. Anyways, today we're talking about 2025 and what we are going to be having for goals this year, how 2024 went, just a kind of a recap and the future of everything. So 2024 was a great year. We started the channel, we went to our first 2 competitions, we got some really great times, we've made a lot of progress, and I like to keep that going into 2025. So I have some goals I've set for this year, and I think they're very achievable. So first off, algorithms. I need to learn algorithms. I got to finish OLL. I have 2 PLLs. I want to learn some F2L stuff. Really going to focus on 3x3, and that's going to help big cubes as well, because 3x3 stage is equally as important when you're trying to go really, really fast. And then I also want to learn the rest of 5x5 algs. I have some of them learned. I'd like to learn some more. There's a few tricks and stuff that I want to be able to put together with those. And so learning those will be helpful, and some of them can be helpful in other places on other puzzles as well. Then we're going to move into times. For times this year, I just want to get faster, really. I mean, that's the main goal, right? For 3x3, I'm looking at sub 10 single, sub 13 average of 5. That would be awesome. And of course, all of these are in comp at home. It's not that big. I've beat some of these at home. These are more like at comp PBs. 4x4, I want a sub 45 single and a sub 55 average of 5. 5x5, I want a sub 110 single and a sub 117 average of 5. 6x6, sub 220 single and a sub 240 mean of 3. 7x7, which I'm going to be competing in early January, I'm looking for a sub 330 single and a sub 4 average or mean of 3. Clock, I'm looking to get a sub 20 average. I think that's very achievable. I've been getting a lot of sub 20 solves at home. Why not? And then for Scube, Pira, Megaminx, and Squan, I want to at least compete in those, which means I'm going to have to learn how to solve the square one. And hopefully I can get Megaminx down to a cutoff, but I'm not very good at Megaminx. Scube and Pyraminx, I know how to solve them. I don't use like any crazy methods. I'm not very fast, but I can at least get some results on my WCA page. And then, of course, as for the YouTube, I think a reasonable goal for 2025 is by the end of the year to hit 2,000 subs. But, that's not really relevant. Of course, if you'd like to contribute to that goal and hit that sub button down below, I'd really appreciate it, but not necessary, of course. Glad you're here, though. Anyways, next, what I'd like to do is I'd like to go through and talk about all of my main puzzles that I'm currently using and what we're going to be using going into January of 2025 here. Of course, that might change throughout the year, and as I beat some of these goals, hopefully those might change and evolve as well. But that's where I'm starting, and then we're going to talk about my mains. And before we talk about the mains, I want you to pause this video and go down below to the comments, and I want you guys to give me a few cubing goals you have, maybe some life goals, whatever you really want to do in 2025. And next year we can come back and we can compare and see where we were and what we did, and if we completed those goals as the year ends 12 months from now. Anyways, again, let's move into my mains for 2025. Alrighty, along with my goals for 2025, I'd like to go over my main puzzles as of January 2025 and what we'll be using for the foreseeable future in competitions for the WCA events that I do participate in or hope to participate in this year. First, we're going to start out with 2x2. We are rocking our Sarves, the Chi M Pro 2x2. This is the backup main 2x2. I really like this puzzle, and it's a good 2x2. We're also rocking the GAN 2x2 here. This is the most expensive version. I think it's the Pro, not sure, but I really like this 2x2, and so these are the 2x2s that I'm rocking in 2025 as of right now. They are I don't really care too much about 2x2, but I do it because I can. Why not? Next, we move to 3x3. 3x3 is a bit tricky. I have 4 3x3s that I'm currently messing around with and rocking as of January here. Of course, we still have ourselves the TB4 Pioneer. I really like this puzzle. I've been maining this for a while, and so it is still on my radar as a 3x3 to use in competition. We also have the Diane Zanchi Pro V5. I'm a really big fan of this puzzle. I really enjoy the way it turns and how it feels and how it performs. So this is also a puzzle that I have been rocking and thinking about using in a competition. We also have the XT3 V1 here, the Pioneer Edition. Very big fan of this puzzle as well. Also, I'm considering using this in competition. And of course, we have the Chi M Pro V2 here as well. This is the UV coated version. and I like this puzzle as well. And so those are the 4 3x3s as of right now that I'm considering using in competition, and that I consider my mains. Most people, I feel like, probably have 1 or 2, but I'm having a very hard time deciding right now, so I've gone with 4. Next, we'll move into 4x4. We here have the VinCube, the ball core version 4x4, and the Moyu Aosu. This is the triple track version of the cube, and I don't know which one is my main. I think probably the Aosu. It's the one I've used in my last 2 showings in 4x4, but I am a big fan of the VinCube ball core as well. Generally, I pick up this one for comps, but I've considered using this one, and it is my backup main because I don't have anything better to make my backup main. So these are the 2 4x4s that I use. Not a huge fan of 4x4, so don't have much to say about that. Next, we'll move into 5x5 here. We have the Moyu Aochuang V6. This is the double track. I use this puzzle as well as still the GAN 5x5. I use both. In my last 2 comps, I have used the Aochuang, but at home I've been using the GAN a lot more lately, and I'm considering making this like my absolute main. For some reason, I've just been picking it up more and enjoying it more, but I also still use this a lot too. So these are kind of interchangeable for me, and I like both puzzles, and they're kind of nice because they're very different. And so you kind of get, like, one day I'm a little bit more accurate with turning, I might pick up the GAN. One day I need to force some bad turns, I'll pick up the Aochuang. And so yeah, I use both pretty equally, I would say, at home, and so they're both my mains for comp. Next, we'll move to 6x6. We are rocking ourselves the Speecube Aoshi and the regular Aoshi, with the Speecube being my main. This is such an amazing 6x6. Very big fan of this. And of course, I have the non-corner magnet, corner-to-core magnet version as my backup because, again, another amazing 6x6. So those are the 2 6x6s that I'm using, that I've been using. So that really hasn't changed. We'll move to 7x7, where I am currently using the Moyu Weilong V2M, modded though with a corner core magnet mod and a Florian mod. I did not do the Dorito mod. And we have the Moyu Aofu WRM as well. Both 7x7s are quite good, and they are currently the ones that I use as my mains. Now we'll move into some non-cubic puzzles. So for my main Megaminx, I use the GAN Maglev UV Megaminx. I have a few other Megaminxes that I also like to use, but this is always the one that I pick up for a speed solve. It's quite good, very fast, smooth. I like the UV coating. Pretty good Megaminx. For clock, I still use the Black Chi clock. I'm not a big fan of the blue. I don't really like the new magnet scheme for some reason. And this one's more broken in, so it's still my main. I like using this clock, and so this is my main clock. Of course, I use the blue as a backup though. For Scube, this is the Moyu, was it the Weilong Scube? Not a big person for Scube. I have not actually competed in Scube yet, and so, but this is the one that I use. I haven't put very much time, effort, or even money into Scube. Next, for Pyraminx, we have the Weilong Pyraminx as well. I also have never competed in Pyraminx, and I also do not care or put a lot of money into Pyraminx. So this is my main. Don't really use it much. And then, of course, we have Square One. This is the MGC Square One. I have swapped out the white for black. Fun fact, I still don't know how to solve a Square One. I haven't put the time into learning how to do that because I've been really grinding big cubes. So one day I'd like to compete in Square One, but for now, I don't even know how to solve it. All right, those are my mains going into 2025 and probably for the foreseeable future. And I'd like to thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in the new year.